How to press tofu. Why press tofu? Well, if you've ever bought a package of tofu from the store, you've probably noticed that it's packed in water. Tofu, like a sponge, absorbs this water, and even after you remove it from the package, it holds on to some of that moisture. Depending on your cooking method, excess water in your tofu can be a hindrance. For example, when you're frying or baking tofu, that extra water can interfere with achieving a crispy texture. So, pressing tofu is the solution to remove this excess moisture and elevate your dishes. Tofu pressing methods. Method 1. Use a tofu press. Method 1 involves using a dedicated tofu press, which can make the pressing process more efficient. Here's how you do it. Place a whole block of tofu into the tofu press. Put the top plate over the tofu and engage the plunger to press it down. Let it sit for at least 15 minutes, then remove the tofu from the press, and you're ready to cook. Tip: to avoid mess, place your tofu press in the sink while pressing. Method 2. Use heavy objects. If you don't have a tofu press, Method 2 works just as well using household items. Here's what you'll need to do. Remove tofu from the package and wrap it in paper towels. Further wrap the tofu in a dish towel. Place the wrapped tofu on the counter and put something flat and heavy on top, like a cast iron skillet or a couple of heavy books. After 15 minutes or more, unwrap your tofu and it's ready to cook. Tip: keep an eye on your tofu to ensure the heavy object doesn't slide off during pressing. Method 3. Cut and blot. Method 3 is for those of you in a hurry. Here's how to do it. Cut your tofu into uniform shapes, cubes, slabs, slices, etc., and place them on a paper towel-lined surface. Add a couple of layers of paper towels on top of the tofu and firmly press down to blot up the moisture. You may need to repeat this process if the paper towels get too saturated. No waiting time required. Your tofu is ready to use. Tofu varieties. There are various tofu varieties, and not all of them require pressing. Silken tofu. This delicate variety doesn't get pressed. Soft tofu. You can press it gently using Method 3. Firm and extra firm tofu. These are ideal for pressing. Super firm tofu. This dense variety doesn't need pressing. Cooking methods. Baking. Press before baking, especially if marinating. Pan frying and frying. Press to ensure crispiness. Scrambling. Optional, depending on your preference. No cook methods. Usually, no need to press. Before we wrap up, let's address some common questions. How long do you need to press tofu for? Generally, aim for at least 15 minutes, preferably 30 minutes for most recipes. The longer you press, the more water you'll remove. Can pressed tofu be stored? Yes, but only for a day. Store it in clean water in an airtight container in the refrigerator. And there you have it! 3 methods to press tofu, depending on your equipment and time constraints. Thanks for tuning in, and happy cooking! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more culinary tips and tricks. See you next time!